So should we be fighting? Like if this is just a spiritual reality that is, you know, just supposed to be and it's going to be it was from the beginning of the time and it's going to be till the end of the time. So should we be fighting anti-Semitism? Should we be calling out anti-Semitism? Should we be putting our strength into that, or should we just be shining the beacon of light, as you're saying? Like what should be our attitude
It's
towards anti-Semites and anti-Semitism?
such an important and powerful question. We are divine ambassadors. Part of our mission in the world is to protect truth, to fight for justice, to stand up to evil, and to protect innocent people. So the Jewish people, as all good people, need to do whatever it is in their power to stand up to anti-Semites, to protect the Jewish people from anti-Semitism, from anti-Semites and anti-Semitism, to call out evil, to educate society in every conceivable and possible way with absolute clarity, conviction, moral fortitude, resilience, and faith. However, and this is the important thing, we must never internalize the anti-Semitism and make it the main motif of our story. The main
Mm.
motif of our story is that we are agents of the creator of the world to transform the world, to create a divine revolution where divine awareness and consciousness floods the earth like the water covers the sea, in the phrase of the prophet Isaiah about the messianic times. Our mission is to be able to hold up the frequency of love and oneness. And I want to articulate something that I think in Kabbalistic and Hasidic literature is articulated in the most stunning of ways. And it's even saying it is soothing for my soul, even though it's such a painful subject. And that is, what is the real, what is the core of anti-Semitism? We can get into all of the historical data and facts, and that's important, but I want to get to the core of it. The core of it is
Mhm.
as follows. The Jewish people were chosen by the creator of the world to hold up a certain frequency. What's this frequency? We can live on different frequencies, literally. I can live on the frequency of hate, guilt, shame, negativity, jealousy, animosity, insecurity, comparing myself to others, looking for validation, whatever it is. The Jewish people were chosen to hold up the frequency of truth. What's the frequency of truth? Ein Od Milvadai. The frequency of truth is the oneness of Hashem, the oneness of God that pervades every leaf, every reptile, every fish, every bird, every mammal, every human being, every star, every atom, every neuron, every cell, from the black hole to a tiny frog or squirrel in my backyard here in Muncie, New York. The oneness
Mm.
of Hashem that pervades everything. And that life is about a choice between tuning into the frequency of oneness and truth and trust and faith and love, or tuning out of that frequency into the frequency of ego, which is easing God out or easing greatness out,
Mm.
to the all of the different distractions in life, whatever they may be, which take me away from the frequency of oneness. The Jewish people were chosen to hold up this frequency. All of anti-Semitism is the attempt of what the Kabbalah calls the klipa, the shells of reality that are not ready to face the truth that everything is part of oneness, fighting this frequency. By killing the
Mm.
Jews, by persecuting the Jews, they hope, consciously or unconsciously, that they will finally be able to extricate themselves and the world from this truth that the Jewish people are holding up to their face, and it's very, very hard to accept. And they push against us, and sometimes they're very successful. A Holocaust was quite successful. It wiped out a third of the Jewish people, right? Most
Mm.
of Eastern European Jewry was wiped out. Haman came close to success. Haman,
Mhm.
you know,
Mm.
I'm laughing, but his agenda was exactly Hitler's agenda and Hamas's agenda and Iran's
Right.
agenda to wipe out every single living Jew. What is this? What is it? What it's our nose? What we like sushi? We like Chinese
Mm.
food? We like golf? It's very, very deep. It's so deep. I'm remembering now of Fabring, I heard it recorded Purim 1965. They ever dedicated a talk on anti-Semitism, and this was his point. The Jewish people are holding up the frequency of oneness, and this is pushback. Let's destroy it. And you know what happens? They push down the Jewish people, but we come right back. And the reason we come
Mm.
right back is you can't destroy God. You can destroy the frequency of truth. What is Mashiach? Mashiach is when all the clippers, when all the shells in the world say, okay, we got it. It's time to surrender. It's
Mm.
time to surrender to truth. That is redemptive consciousness. We must fight anti-Semitism, but our main goal is hold up the frequency of truth, hold up the frequency of love, Don't duck. Don't surrender. This is not about ego. This is not about arrogance. This is about the divine mission to heal the world. When Jews start internalizing the hatred with self doubt and ambivalence, it creates emotionally sick Jews.
Mm.
The leadership of Israel for generations. I grew up at the feet of the Lubavitcher Rebbe, as many of you know, and I was privileged the last years to be one of his oral scribes. One of the most painful things that I experienced throughout my entire childhood was the Rebbe, almost at every single public address, crying his heart out that the leadership of the Jewish people in Israel don't understand what it means to be a Jew, what it means to be a proud Jew, and how to deal with poisonous hatred instead of concessions and more
Mm.
concession and more concessions that literally invites the devil into your home, which is exactly what happened at October 7th. Or as Winston
Mhm.
Churchill said, appeasement is feeding the alligator in the hope that you will be eaten last.
Right.
Instead, hold up the frequency of love of life. Be obsessed with love of life and stop apologizing. And the
Mm.
world will respect you because those who hate you will hate you regardless. And those who are looking for truth will admire you so deeply. They're craving for this, they're yearning for this. I mean, if you just look at the developments recently, you have, and this is really, really completely beyond politics, but you have a non Jew
Mm.
considered the leader of the free world, okay, having the chutzpah for the first time in history to say that America, who does not own the Middle East, is going to
Mm.
occupy Gaza, take all of its residents and send them to some paradise country where they can live in peace, turn Gaza into the Riviera of the Middle East. Reporters were screaming, it's their home, it's their home. And the president says, their home? It's a hellhole.
Mm.
It's a hellhole. What a home. What a home. You want people to die and die and die. More war, more war, more war. I'm giving them an alternative. And I'm thinking to myself, and Jews who
Mm.
were promised and given by God Israel 4,000 years ago, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Moses, Joshua, David, Solomon, etc., we're embarrassed to say this for 60 years. We're
That's
embarrassed
right.
to even speak like we were so afraid of the word occupation, as though Jews are occupying the whole world from Japan to Alaska, from Peru to Moscow. We have one little tiny country the size of New Jersey and Dallas International Airport that the creator
Mm.
of the world has given us with 52 Muslim countries around. And we're afraid to say the words, this is mine. And not
Mm.
because I'm a conqueror, because it's one little piece of land that the creator of the world gave to the Jewish people for eternity. This is what happens when Jews, instead of understanding who they are from within, are looking without for validation. Could you tell me I'm a good guy? Could you tell me I'm handsome?
Mm.
Could you tell me, please, that I'm a smart fellow? You know,
Right.
we talk about psychologically the desperation for the need of validation, not knowing who you are from inside.
Mm.
Collectively, this is one of our greatest crises for thousands of years.